West Wilson took a beta blocker before facing that reunion stage, and Sienna Miller called him a sociopath to his face. Stop! Right, there, because what just aired on Bravo was not just a reunion. It was a detonation. The Summer House Season 10 three-part reunion pulled 3.1 million viewers in its first week alone, and every single one of those people watched the same thing unfold in real time. A friend group that everyone called the best cast in Summer House history. A group with genuine chemistry, genuine heart, genuine love for each other. Blown apart by two people who made one choice and spent 3 hours on a Bravo stage trying to explain it. Rumors of a romance between Summer House stars Amanda Batula and West Wilson swirled for months before the couple finally confirmed their relationship in March 2026. Since then, Amanda and West faced intense backlash from fans and castmates alike, most notably Sienna Miller, who was close friends with Amanda and previously dated West. Stylecaster, wait, stop. Sienna Miller was not just Amanda's friend. She was her champion, her ride or die. The woman who had Amanda's back through every hard moment of her marriage. And the woman Amanda chose to burn when she chose West. Okay, I need to say this directly. This is not Summer House drama. This is a real friendship ending on television, in real time, in front of millions of people. And the reason it hurts to watch is because every single person in that audience has been somebody in this story. The sanctity of this entire friend group, destroyed. And the reunion stage is where everyone finally had to look each other in the eyes. Here is the moment the whole internet could not stop replaying. Sienna Miller sat on that reunion stage with 6 years of friendship in her chest and looked directly at Amanda Batula and said the thing that no preparation, no PR strategy, no joint Instagram statement could have protected Amanda from hearing. Sienna accused West of pursuing Amanda to get back at her. He wants to embarrass me. He wants to get his last little words in. And I hope it works, because he's with you to spite me. Variety, he is with you to spite me. That is not anger talking. That is pattern recognition from someone who dated this man, who watched how he operates, who knows what revenge looks like when West Wilson deploys it with a smile on his face. Wait, stop. Sienna is not calling Amanda stupid. She is calling Amanda convenient. The most painful possible verdict from your closest friend. Amanda was willing to say, forget it. Making Ciara's friendship seem disposable. Jesse said he felt like he was losing a brother. The sanctity of the friend group felt broken. Reality blurb, okay. That word, disposable. 6 years of friendship. Reduced to disposable because West Wilson looked across a room. And if you have ever been the best friend who got left behind when someone chose a guy over everything you built together, Sienna Miller at that reunion table is the most specific version of your pain that television has ever captured. Amanda walked off that stage. Could not sit in that sentence one more second. Here is the bombshell that stunned every single person in that room, including Amanda. The entire reunion had been building to one question. Were West and Amanda actually committed when they said they were? And when Andy Cohen finally cornered West into a direct answer, the room went silent. West admitted he had not been monogamous with Amanda since they expressed feelings, but had been since they released their joint statement on March 31. He also confessed he was seeing other women during the same time Maja Moreno thought they were exclusive, admitting, I obviously wasn't the clearest. I've been not clear with a zillion women I've dated prior to this. AOL not monogamous. When feelings started, with Amanda, who left her marriage for this man. Wait, stop! Amanda's face when that answer landed was the most honest reaction of the entire three-part reunion. A stunned look. From the woman who confirmed this relationship publicly, who flew to Italy with him, who defended him for 3 hours on a Bravo stage. Andy Cohen asked West directly, no offense, but are you on a bunch of beta blockers or what? West admitted he took one. Ciara immediately called him a sociopath. A beta blocker, to face the people he hurt, and still showed zero emotion. If that does not tell you everything about who West Wilson is, nothing will. Here is the storyline buried under the Amanda and West headlines, and it hits harder than anything else at this reunion. Kyle Cook walked into that reunion stage having cried the night before. Not performed, not produced, actually cried. Alone. The night before, sitting across from his ex-wife and the man she chose instead. Kyle spoke backstage at the reunion and admitted that West and Amanda's relationship hit him a little different. He said, I'm just trying to rise above it all and not let my emotions get the best of me. I feel like we've gone through a lot as a cast. It's a little surreal, I'm not going to lie. Bravo TV a little surreal. 4 years of marriage, a business built together, a friend group built together. And the man he considered a friend chose his wife the moment the marriage showed a crack. Wait, stop. Kyle is not just dealing with a divorce. He is dealing with a double betrayal from two people he trusted completely, simultaneously, on camera, with no warning. Kyle also confessed at the reunion. There have been times where I've been out and I've been inappropriate. I will own it. Did I ever have an affair? No. Variety, okay. Kyle admitting his own mistakes on that stage while processing this level of hurt is the most emotionally mature thing any person has ever done at a Bravo reunion. And the audience barely noticed because West and Amanda were consuming all the oxygen in the room. Here is the sentence that changes how you understand every answer Amanda gave during part 3. Before the cameras started rolling again, before Andy Cohen asked his last round of questions, before the major revelation, before West admitted to the beta blocker, Amanda sat with Bailey backstage and said something that no joint statement and no Italy trip and no Yankees game photo could have prepared the internet for. Bailey explained she was worried about Amanda and did not trust West at all. Amanda claimed maybe this will be a huge mistake and that it's hard to explain herself when no one will listen. Reality blurb, maybe this will be a huge mistake. That is not confidence. That is someone standing at the edge of a decision they have already made, looking down and admitting privately that the ground below might not be what they thought it was. Wait, stop, Amanda said maybe, about the relationship she confirmed publicly, about the man she is still with right now. The word maybe is doing enormous work inside that sentence. Sources say Amanda trusts West and feels confident in their relationship. The new couple are still going strong, paying no heed to anyone else's opinions. All okay, still together, after the beta blocker confession, after the major admission, after the stunned face, after the maybe, still together. And if you have ever ignored every red flag because the feeling was real, Amanda Batula in 2026 is the most relatable and most terrifying version of that choice on television. Here is the moment that got the least coverage and produced the most genuine emotion of the entire reunion. Everyone was watching Ciara. Everyone was watching Kyle. Everyone was waiting for Amanda to cry or West to feel something. And then Jesse Solomon, quietly without theatrics, without a single dramatic pause, said the thing that landed harder than anything Ciara delivered, or Kyle admitted. Jesse said he was deeply hurt by West. I am not the person in this situation that needs sympathy, but I feel for Ciara and Kyle. I feel lied to, and I'm really upset that the sanctity of this friend group feels broken. Today just really proved I would have never expected this out of you, he concluded. I'm sad about it. West quietly apologized. AOL, I'm sad about it. 5 words. No gavel, no accusations. No theories about revenge or spite. Just a man who considered West a brother sitting across from him and saying out loud that this specific loss, the friendship, the trust, the version of West he believed in, has him sad. Wait, stop. Jesse's grief is the most honest thing the season 10 reunion produced. Because Ciara's anger makes sense. Kyle's hurt makes sense. But Jesse's sadness is the grief of someone who was not directly betrayed, just collateral. Just a friend who watched 2 people he loved blow up a world he wanted to keep. Okay. And West quietly apologized. After everything, a quiet apology to the man who called him a brother. That quiet is the loudest thing West did all reunion. Here is the truth about this entire story that nobody is saying directly. Amanda Batula and West Wilson sat through 3 parts of the most brutal, most public, most thoroughly documented Bravo reunion since Scandival. They faced Kyle. They faced Ciara. They faced the major FaceTime. They faced the beta blocker question. They faced the not monogamous admission. They faced Jesse's grief and Lindsay's confusion and Andy Cohen asking every question that the internet had been screaming for months. And they are still together. On his May 25 podcast, West confirmed he and Amanda were still going strong, but admitted going out in public together is kind of scary because of the controversy. 1 day later, the couple was spotted jetting off to Italy for his cousin's wedding. Yahoo! Scary, that word. The man who sat emotionless through 3 hours of other people's pain finds going out in public with his girlfriend scary. Not the Maja situation. Not Ciara's tears. Not Jesse saying he lost a brother. Public appearances. That is what makes West Wilson uncomfortable. Part 1 of the reunion delivered 3.1 million cross-platform viewers. The entirety of Season 10 is averaging 2.2 million viewers. asserting the growing success of a franchise rocked by Bravo's latest reality TV scandal. The Hollywood Reporter Wait. Stop. 3.1 million people watched part 1 alone. That is not a scandal-damaging summer house. That is a scandal-making summer house, the most watched version of itself. Because people cannot look away from a story this specific and this human and this uncomfortable. Okay, here is what I will say directly. Amanda and West still being together after everything this reunion exposed is either the most romantic outcome or the most expensive lesson in Bravo history. The beta blocker, the major admission, the not monogamous timeline, the quiet apology to Jesse, the stunned face, the maybe, and still together. Subscribe right now because Summer House. The aftermath drops June 16. West tells Kyle exactly what he thinks, Ciara faces Mija in person, and the story that broke this friend group gets one more hour to try to explain itself.